So, whew, first call of the day. One of our rentals won't start. Go out, and this is what I find. Hose has been rubbing against the frame of the machine, and I think it's pulling air through that hole, but it's not enough of a hole to leak out, you know what I mean? So there you are. So good morning, everybody. Day one of shelter in place California lockdown. Oh, 3/2020. All right, I have to wait a minute because I gotta let this thing set. That's the only reason I'm taking a minute instead of while I'm driving. But yeah, day one of the lockdown. Governor Newsom, communist piece of junk, latest up and coming member of the four families that run this state for their own profit. Piece of garbage. Anyway, and yes, I signed the recall petition. End of the politics. All right, so anyway, Newsom announced last night that we weren't gonna be open for business. There we go. We weren't going to be open for business a whole lot longer. Starting at midnight, state's on lockdown. Essential personnel out of their house only. And they put up a website. Here's a list of who's essential and who isn't. We're in the cleaning and sanitization industry. We do cleaning equipment, and I personally work on, there's a picture of that, hospital floor scrubbers, sanitizing stuff, all that stuff. So I guess we're essential. Anyway, coming to work this morning, all the non-essential people didn't. So the first thing I noticed was, well, this guy's got to come talk to me right now. The first thing I noticed was the less traffic. There's a lot less traffic. Oh, that's cool. A lot less traffic. The next thing I noticed was my usuals, because I don't know if you pay attention on your commute. I got a short commute. I see a lot of the same people day in, day out. Every day on the way to work, I see the same people over and over again. Some of them are such horrible drivers, I remember their plate numbers. And I see them coming in the rear view, and I see them up ahead, and I just stay away from as best I can. The people who cut people off, you know, racing, speed racer, all that stuff. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect. It says the less you know about a given topic, the less you realize you don't know. And that's why people who don't really have a clue are kind of braggadocious, or can be braggadocious, and think that they're really all that when they're not. That's ridiculous. Yeah, they really think they're all that when they really aren't. The people who are true experts have a full enough scope of their field that they realize what they know, what they don't know, and when they're thinking for a solution, they've got a lot to think about. I just realized what's going wrong there. I'm focusing on me, and every time, it's going to happen anyways. I really hate that. I can't lock it in. Anyways, yeah, the people who really know what they're doing, they know enough about their field to know what they don't know. And when they're looking for a solution, they're looking across a wider spectrum of knowledge. So it takes them a little bit longer. They have their doubts, that kind of thing. Whereas an idiot, thinks the world of themselves. So why am I talking about that? I noticed on the way to work, all the people who think that they are essential and crucial and they need to be there now, and they're going to cut you off, and they're going to drive. Go, Speed Racer, go. All those people weren't on the road this morning. Kind of funny how the people who think the most of themselves are the least among us. Anyway, day one of the lockdown. Not a whole lot changing for us. Me and Mom are both in essential fields, so we both had to go to work. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully it helps slow the spread of this thing down. They said the rheumatoid arthritis and malaria drug is getting 100% cure rate in effect. So they're starting to use that already. The president directed the FDA. FDA is approving it for use for this. We're going to see how that goes over the next few days. Hopefully this little, let's slow things up. Everybody stay home if you can. We're going to get at least one weekend of that ourselves, me personally anyway. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it helps. You know, if we can save a few old people, it's worth it. Because that is who this is affecting most. Well, guys, I got to go back, jump back on it. That thing's set long enough. If that fuel pump is losing prime some other way, I don't know, by now it'll be hard to start. So it's still warm enough too that it ought to be pretty easy to start if that's not if that's problem solved. Talking about technical stuff and now my tongue ties up. So, all right, back to work. You guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. And if you're on lockdown, if you're in a state or a city that's on lockdown, do it as best you can. Do it. It's really important that we do this stuff. And all this, oh, they're going to have MRAPs driving down the streets with machine gun. Come on, guys. This isn't martial law. They're asking you to do your part to help save people. Do your part. No need to panic. We don't need to, wow, that thing is burning. That's a pressure washer burner. Can you see that? No, you can't. That's a pressure washer burner basically rolling coal. I have to go talk to him about that one too, maybe. Get a little extra work. All right, guys, stay safe out there. Have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next one.